Did someone die? No, Mother explained. She was headed to a job interview at the department store. Other kids' moms don't work, Elizabeth thought. Why should Mother? Truth hit Elizabeth like an Oklahoma twister. Her middle-class family was no longer getting by. They were poor, on the edge of losing everything, even their house. But Mother wasn't giving in. She was fighting the best way she knew how, by finding a job. Mother landed the position answering phones at the department store. Daddy eventually found a new job cleaning up around an apartment building, and Elizabeth babysat, waitressed in her aunt's restaurant, and sewed dresses for money to help out the struggling family. All while doing so well in her schoolwork that she was able to skip a grade. In high school, scrawny Elizabeth didn't play a sport or sing in the chorus. Her talent, she learned when she joined the debate team, was fighting. Not with her fists, but with her words. At that time, mostly boys debated. Standing up and speaking out, that wasn't for girls. Girls were expected to be quiet, to be nice, to keep their views to themselves, and study cooking and housekeeping and home economics classes. On the debate team, Elizabeth tackled hard topics and researched things she didn't know. She used facts and logic to craft thoughtful arguments, then challenged her opponents. And she won. As she debated her way to state champion, she learned about never giving up, about getting battered but not beaten. Using her words, Elizabeth could be seen, she could be heard, and she could fight for herself. Elizabeth dreamed of going to college, but she knew her family wouldn't be able to pay for it. But Elizabeth stayed determined. She figured out how to use her fine debate skills to win herself a scholarship. 2 years into college, Elizabeth's high school sweetheart from debate team, Jim Warren, asked her to marry him. She said yes. Elizabeth left school, but she had a plan. She enrolled at a college in their new hometown of Houston, Texas. Elizabeth graduated, the first in her family to do so, and became a teacher for kids with special needs. But when Elizabeth and Jim had a baby, Amelia, the school didn't ask her back. For a while, Elizabeth was happy making a home for her young family in New Jersey, where they now lived. But she wanted to do even more. So she went back to school, this time to become a lawyer. She had a hunch she'd like law school, particularly all the debating. She was right. Elizabeth liked the idea that maybe she could argue her way to a better world. After graduation, Elizabeth had trouble finding a job as a lawyer. And now, she was the mother of 2 children. She and Jim had welcomed baby Alex into their family. But Elizabeth didn't let that stop her. She had a sign painted up, Elizabeth Warren, Attorney at Law, and hung it by her front door. She worked right from her living room. Now, as a lawyer, Elizabeth used her words to fight for people who needed her help. Soon, universities hired Elizabeth to teach law classes. Her specialty? Laws about people who scraped together money to pay their bills but still couldn't make ends meet. Elizabeth remembered how it felt not having enough money, afraid that what you did have, your favorite glowing car, your house with the big yard, could be taken away. Elizabeth wondered why more and more middle-class families weren't getting by anymore, while the rich just seemed to get richer. So she did a lot of research. She learned that most middle